Hey guys, it's me. How you doing, Roxyites? Thought I'd come back at you with another great video. As most of you know, I am a Medtronic ambassador. So I've been getting this crazy question of how do you get what I call Medtronic bingo to show up in the little window for your Medtronic Mini Med. Now, I'm hoping this turns out right because I don't do it often, but when I get it, it's butter. It's just awesome. And you should be able to do this with either the word that says Medtronic on the actual reservoir or the actual numbers as well. It's just depending on how you're turning it to put it into your actual window reservoir. Okay, as you see, let me scoot up. Mine already says Medtronic on the window. Okay, so I'm going to take it out exactly the way I turned it. Okay, it's less than a quarter turn back over, and you're pulling it right out. Okay, so look, you want your actual reservoir to show Medtronic. If you face it in front of you, you want it to be on the opposite side so you can't see it. But you want it to be flush with your fingers. You don't want it to be at a special turn or anything. Here's the window. Okay, I'm going to stick it in the window, and you want to tilt it down when you put it in. So that way, when you put it back in, you want to tilt. Okay, this is kind of hard. Tilt your hand down at an angle. Turn it at an angle. Tilt your reservoir. Bring your reservoir window back at you in a vertical window. Vertical angle. Excuse me. Itself. Take it and stick the actual reservoir pump into it. So the Medtronic is at an angle, and when you turn it back, it should do it, but it might not this time. Nope, it didn't. So let's try this again. And I said I'm going to do it so you guys can get it. Turn it down at an angle. Turn the actual window at an angle. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm doing this wrong. Turn it all the way down at the very bottom. Push it into the window. Keep it at an angle. So keep it so you can see it. And when you pull it back around, that's what it is. My fault. Okay. Turn this all the way down on the bottom. So your hand is going to be like this. I'm showing you. Your hand's going to be flush. It's going to be all the way down at the very bottom. Make sure your actual pump is upside down so that you can't read any of the actual numbers or anything. But when you turn it towards you, you'll see the word Medtronic Mini Med on the clip, depending on what clip you have. Take it and stick it inside of your, if your hand's uncomfortable, turn your hand around. Just make sure that's on the bottom. Take it and stick it inside the actual window reservoir. When you flip it back around, ta-da, it says Medtronic on it. So once again, I'll do this one more time. You want your pump to face like this. You want the Medtronic wording to be on the very bottom when you do it. You stick it into the actual window, so it's in the window. And I'm going to show it to you. Stick it into the window. Stick it so the Medtronic faces you. That's the best way I can tell you. Stick it so the Medtronic faces you. When you turn it, ta-da, it's in the clip perfectly. The word says Medtronic. So, I'm so sorry. Trial and error. Like I said, sometimes I can get this, sometimes I can't. So once again, for the last time, you want your pump so it faces this way. You want your Medtronic wording to be faced towards you. Stick the pump, the reservoir into the pump. I'll turn it so you can see it. Then, when you physically turn it around, the Medtronic wording is right in the middle. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just kind of stressed and I had to have a surgery. So, I do apologize. This video is a little long. But that is how you take and get your reservoir to show up with the wording Medtronic. It's kind of funny. You just have to play around with it. So, let's see what happens when we do the other one. If I physically do the numbers itself and turn it around, it should pop up in there too. The numbers kind of pop up in there. It's not as good as the one. I haven't figured out a way to get the numbers in there yet, but I know this is how you get the wording in there. So, I do apologize, but that's the video for today. Kind of short. And like I said, it's not that hard. If you turn the Medtronic wording towards you when you stick it into the pump and keep your pump this way, and then when you get ready to do it, make sure you can see the window. Like I said, I only did the window for your benefit, but if you turn the Medtronic pump and the words on the reservoir are facing you, that's the best way. It's the actual turn to get it in there. It goes directly in the middle every time. Every time. Literally, that's the only way you're going to get it. If they're not directly facing you, you'll never get it in there. And then we have Medtronic Bingo. Well, thanks for joining. You guys have a very good day. Sorry that it took me a couple minutes. Of just kind of waking up a little groggy. You know how that works out. But stay tuned. Going to try to pump out a few more videos before I go for surgery Tuesday. So if you don't see me for a little bit, I do apologize. I'm going to try to get some videos going while I'm down. But I'm not going to be able to move around much. I'm having a major back surgery. So stay tuned. I will be back. Love you guys. Bye, Roxyites.